This is one of those stories where immediately you start to think, how, if this was happening to me, what would I do? And that goes on many different levels. You've got your basic invasion story at the beginning where we've all had that nightmare. God, what if someone broke into the house or got into the building? So you go from like a survival story, which immediately grips the audience, to a kind of a moral, ethical, spiritual dynamic that the audience then has to ask themselves, well, what do I think about that? Can I even believe in that? It is terrifying. I think even by Knight's standards, everyone's a little bit shaken by this story. There are things that happen in this movie that I would guess that people have never seen happen before. And as performers, you know, Knight is challenging us. He's challenging us to push our own boundaries creatively, to have faith in him. He's having faith in us. You know, I think artistically that can be like just a really great breeding ground for creativity and inspiration, is to ask people to kind of go past their comfort zones. And in this story, it's, I say robust because, you know, it's like the scene that we're shooting right now. We're talking about sacrifice on a level, sacrificing your life in almost like an ancient and primal way, which none of us, you know, have ever explored anything like that before. So we're all putting our trust in Knight completely. And I think he's putting his trust in us as well, that if we tell the story correctly, it'll go past the kind of shocking, sensationalist aspects of the story and go into something deeper and something moving and hopefully touching as well. So I think what's interesting about Sabrina and about our four like messengers, let's say, the four people who have to deliver this message to Eric and Andrew are normal people. They're normal people who are living lives. Sabrina is a nurse. She's a caring woman. She's someone who's close to her family. She's someone who didn't really have a belief in faith or God necessarily, and then one day started to have these supernatural visions that changed the course of her life. And she felt compelled to be here where the story begins,